Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Excel. Now, last time we talked about how to use the if, the sum, and the SUMIF functions, as well as the combination of the if and SUMIF functions to award participation awards to students who are present in the class for more than 4 times for a single week. Today we're going to follow the same principles, but we're going to talk through how to do it through the count A, the count if, and the count IFS functions. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the first function, count A. First up, we're just gonna, as usual, type out the function. Now this function requires us to select the range of cells that we want to check, and in that range that we selected, it's basically gonna return however many cells that contain a number. So if we close parentheses, it's gonna return 3 because there are 1, 2, and 3 cells with numbers in them. This function is not that very useful in our case because even if we add a value of 0 here, it's gonna change to 4 because now there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 numbers in this row. So we're gonna delete that and ignore that for now because these cells are indeed empty for this page. So what we're going to do is to put it in the logical test of the if function, right? The same as last time that we did with the SUMIF function. We put it in the first part of the if function, which is the first part of the logical test. So given that it is a value of how many times the student is present, we're going to compare it with the value of greater than or equals to 4, because we want to determine if this student participated in this class greater than or equal to 4 times. Alright, it's compared to 4. Now for the value of true, we're going to type award, because that's what we're going to assign if the student participated more than 4 times. And no award for students that did not participate. Whoops. No award. Yes. Okay. And we close the parentheses. So this student deserves no award. And let's drag it down once again. Okay, alright, and we see the award status of each student. If we pick a few random ones, say this student, he or she participated 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Therefore, there is an award for him or her. And this student participated in the class for 1, 2, and 3 times only, so he or she deserves no award. This student participated 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, so there's an award. Alright, now we've successfully embedded this function into the if function and returned a value. Let's go to the COUNTIF function. For the COUNTIF function, the function is going to check for a specific criteria in a range that we select. So if we type COUNTIF, put a parentheses, it's going to ask for a range and a criteria. So for range, instead of selecting this row as we did last time with the SUMIF function, we're going to select the first row, the row that actually indicates the student's participation record. And we're going to select a criteria of a check mark, which resembles a 1. And we're going to lock it down because not every student is present on the same day, and we don't want the calculation to be misrepresented. Alright, and then we're gonna close the parentheses. For the first row, we're gonna have a participation record of 3 times in this week because there's 1, 2, and 3 times that the student is present. If we drag it down, we can see that each student's participation record is calculated. For this student who has perfect attendance, we can see that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 times present, it is indeed a perfect participation record. Okay, now on to embedding this function into the if function to return a reward or not. We're gonna embed it into the first part again, the logical test of the if function, and we're gonna compare it to greater than or equal to 4 times present. We're gonna assign an award to people that are present 4 times or more, and a no award to people that are not present 4 times or more. So the first person deserves no award. If we drag it down again, we can see that it auto-computed all the award statuses. So for this person, for him or her who is not present on the first day, that will not affect our calculation results because we locked down the second value to this cell here. Okay, so for this person, he or she is present 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So he or she deserves an award. Let's check another few. For this person, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So he or she deserves an award again. And for the last person, 1, 2, 3 times present. So no award for him or her. And with that, the COUNTIF function is employed. Now we can go to a more sophisticated graph or list or Excel sheet with the COUNTIFS function. Now this is basically COUNTIF on steroids. It allows for multiple criteria. Watch this. If we use COUNTIFS, close open parentheses, we can select the criteria range 1, which is the entirety of the first row. We want to search in the first row for, again, the value 1 or check mark, and we lock it down by pressing F4. And we do another comma. This is where it gets interesting and more powerful than just the COUNTIF. We're going to select another row which contains all the participation categories. After which we're going to select, just before that we're going to lock down again the row that we are checking in because we don't want the row to shift every time it's gone down by a row. Alright, and after that we're going to put a comma and select P, right? And then we're again going to lock it down because we don't want it to change. So what this function says is basically it will check how many values of 1 are in this row, are in the actual student row right here, minus those that don't correspond to the value of P in the row above. Right, so if we press enter here, we will see that the student is present 3 times. Because we've checked that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 check marks or values of 1 in this first row. But in checking for the second criteria, we figure out that only 1, 2, and 3 of those ones, of those check marks, are under the value P. So if we drag it down, it's gonna be consistent for every student. We can look at a few examples. So starting from this student, we can see that he or she is present 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times, and that represents a value of 5. Alright, and going to this person who is not present on the first day, that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 times present, and there it is. For the first one, yeah, we've made sure it's 3 times present. So now let's embed this function into the if function. Again, it's gonna act as the logical test of the if function. So we already know our value, it returns to 3, so we're gonna compare it to greater than or equal to 4 times present, and if so, we're gonna award the person, and if not, we're gonna grant no award. Whoops. Okay. If we close the parentheses and press enter, we're gonna see that the first student deserves no award because he or she is only present 1, 2, 3 times. If we drag it down again like so, it's gonna auto compute the records for every person. Now the records computed for all these lists should be identical, so we can again pick another few students. This student is present 1, 2, 3, 4 times, so there's an award. For people that deserves no award, this student is present 1, 2, 3 times, so no award given to him or her. And just to check another one, this student is present 1, 2, 3, 4 times, so there's an award for him or her. And that effectively concludes today's video. If you guys found it helpful, please be sure to drop a like and give us a follow. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.